Hey guys, in today's video, I'm going to be doing a tier list, an outpost tier list more specifically. I'm going to be talking about what the best outpost is in the game, what the worst outpost in the game is, and where overall what my favourite outpost is. So we're going to get into the video very shortly, but just before we do, if you are new around here, please consider subscribing, leaving a like. I also have a new personal channel where I upload varied content such as Minecraft, Rust, Call of Duty, all that kind of stuff. I know, great, isn't it? Although I haven't actually uploaded to it yet because I've been depressed and not uploading, but it's fine. It's fine. Right now, I'm live on Twitch. As you can see in the bottom right, people are talking. So come by the Twitch if you are interested. But yeah, you get to see me do content live. Without further ado, we're going to be getting into the video. So let's quickly switch on over to the display capture and get into the, the tier list. So we're going to be doing this kind of based on what's the best outpost to spawn on, right? So what's the best, well, obviously Mora's Peak, but we'll get to that. What's the best outpost to spawn on? Starting off with Daggertooth, right? Daggertooth. What are we thinking for Daggertooth? You guys think it's good to spawn on? What? Sorry, I just need to change the size of these. You think Daggertooth is good to spawn on? To spawn on? Why would you want to spawn on Daggertooth? I guess, no, if you think about it, Daggertooth is good because of where it's located in the map. I think I'm going to put this in B. The reason, if we zoom in here, so you have barrels here, barrels underneath, barrels here, barrels on this dock, barrels outside the outpost, the tavern, barrels in the tavern, some barrels over here. So it's good for stocking up on supplies, right? And you're also very centered in the map. So because you're centered in the map, I mean, look, we have Sea of Thieves open right here. Oh my God, did you see how stuttery that was? If we come on over to our map right now, Daggertooth, right? You're in M8 out of a possible 13, right? You're in 8 out of 13. 8 out of 26. But there's nothing really down here. So what, 20 out of 20 grids, you're basically in the very middle of the map. So I would actually argue Daggertooth is probably one of the best outposts you can get if you're just trying to get a good standard kind of spawn to go and do voyages. I would say Daggertooth is actually pretty good. So I might bump that up. It's either a high B or a low A. It's terrible for selling, but because we're talking about outposts to spawn on, I might have to put it in A. It's very good for doing merchant voyages if you're trying to do animals, because animals will usually take you to Sunken Grove for pigs, and then you go to galleons to sell them, put another one down, take some galleons to Daggertooth, and you get more pigs. So it's very good to do merchant voyages on. I think I'm going to leave that in A. Now, in terms of Galleon's Grave, to spawn on, it's either a high C or a low B. It's a high C or a low B. It's a high C or a low B, purely because of the amount of barrels it has. It has so many barrels. It's very good for stocking up. It's not far to the ship either. You literally come out of the outpost and you're basically on your boat. So that's a good bonus. Like if you're just trying to get on and go, Galleons is really good for that. I might be putting it in B, you know. Oh, I think I might be putting it in B. Purely for the barrels, time it takes to get to your ship. Location-wise, what the hell is going on over here? Location-wise, it's not great. But you have access to Kraken's Fall if there's an Ashen Winds or Shipwreck. It's got a lot of islands around it, in fairness, but they're all small ones, which are quite bad, and it's in the wilds. But I think it's actually going to have to be B. think it's going to be a B. So, yeah, Galleon's Grave, B tier. Ancient Spire, right off the bat, I'm thinking A. Right off the bat, I'm thinking A. Good supplies. Good location. It's basically the it's the Devil's Roar spawn. I would say it's an A tier because of the amount of barrels. It's basically the Devil's Roar spawn. It's good if you want to do Thieves Haven. I think it's not great if you want to do Gold Hoarder vaults, but in terms of location wise, I would. I think I just have to keep it in A purely because it's the Devil's Roar spawn. I don't think I can take it down because of the Devil's Roar spawn. The Devil's Roar is so important. Like, if you're trying to get Devil's Roar, you need to get Ancient Spire. But if you can't get Ancient Spire, then you'll just have to settle for Galleon's Grave. The Devil's Roar spawn, the fact that you can get to the Devil's Roar easily from here, is what makes it A tier. And the amount of barrels. But other than that, it's pretty bad. It's not close, but it's not far to the ship. It's not a good location other than the Devil's Roar accessibility. So I think I'm going to have to be keeping this in A. Purely because of the barrels, the Devil's Roar. Mora's Peak, well, you can't bloody spawn on it, so it's down here. It's down here. It's down here. But if we want to talk hypothetically, it has terrible amount of barrels. It's in the Devil's Roar. It's got a terrible amount of barrels, right? It's in the Devil's Roar. I think it's just got to go D tier. I'm not going to lie. I just think it's got to go D. It's like, even if you could spawn on it, it's not great. But then I guess if we're, I don't know, I think we'll just have to put it in C actually, because it is the Devil's Roar accessibility. The reason why Ancient Spire is so high up is for the Devil's Roar. So I think I'm going to have to put this in here. I'm going to have to put it in C. Panda Outpost. High A, low S. It's got Tall Tale, or Tall Tales. I guess so does Ancient Spire. I guess we shouldn't consider Tall Tales. It's got an okay amount of barrels. You've got some around the back of the tavern, some on this dock, around these buildings, some on this dock. It's got an average amount of barrels. It's good. It's a very good location, in fairness. It's a very, very good... Oh, they sunk the Reaper's Mark. Feels bad. It's a very good location because you have Thieves Haven, you've got Plunder, Reaper's not far away, Fort of the Damned not far away. In terms of location, it's almost prime location. You would say it's a low S. It's a tricky one. It's high A or a low S. I don't know. Yeah, I think I agree with Laku. It's got to be a high A for now. Golden Sands. What are we doing with Golden Sands? Honestly, I think this is S tier. Without a doubt, it's S tier. No doubt, S tier. Shores of Plenty. Looks nice. A ton of barrels. I think there's like 32 barrels on this outpost. You've got some all the way on the spread out on this island, spread out on this island, spread out here, a lot behind and in the tavern. I am making a video, yes, Ogsy. In terms of location, you've got Cannon Cove right there for Ashen Winds. You've got Mermaids there for Ashen Winds. You've got Reapers not far. You've got forts all around you for Skull Forts. You're also relatively centered. You're in the same row as Daggertooth, basically. Golden Sands is so bad. At the edge of the world, the barrels are so spread out. Got to swim all the time, and even the spawn is on a different island and away from the rest of the world. I see what you're saying. And it's dodgy with the gifted sub. Thank you so much, my man. I really appreciate that. it's not good if you're running out and doing pockets, but if you get a storage crate, you'll get absolutely stocked. So I think honestly, it's got to be S tier. It just has to be S tier. It can't be S tier. It can't not be S tier, sorry. Now, obviously, lastly, coincidentally, the one that I'm on at the moment in my game. Hold on, I need a drink. My mouth is already dry. Sanctuary Outpost. I don't know. I don't think it's S. I don't think it's S. Look how far away it is from everything. It's in F7. The only real thing you have here is Lone Cove. No one wants to go to Smuggler's Bay. In terms of accessibility and things you want to be doing, it's not good. If you want to get, if you've loaded into a Fort the Damned server, you're the furthest away you could possibly be. Right. If you've loaded into a server with an Athena flag, you're the furthest away you could possibly be from Thieves Haven. In terms of barrels, you have dock barrels. You have 2 barrels here. You have 1, 2, 3, I think 7 barrels on this dock. Then you have quite a few barrels over here, actually. It's good in terms of barrels, okay? I can give it that. It's good in terms of videos. Good in terms of barrels. It's not far from your ship. Sorry, I'm just thinking about Golden Sands. It's pretty far from your ship. Barrels are good, but location is horrible. Yeah, I think I might have to put it in B. I might have to put it in B. I think it has to be B. Genuinely, I think it has to be B. Yeah, I can say there. D tier just isn't utilised. I don't think there's enough to utilise D tier. Galleon's Grave, I think that's good in B. That's good in B. This is good. Ancient Spire. I think it has... If we want to do it in order, then this is the order I'd do. In terms of high A to low A. I think this is my order from 1 to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is, in terms of the best places you can spawn, the best outposts. All right. Well, now, if we want to go all the way back, you can't go all the way back. Oh, wait, or can you? Oh, you can. In terms of selling ability. And what else is there? Just selling, really? Yeah, in terms of, if we go overall as an outpost, right? What if I had to put one in D and it wasn't Morrow's Peak, because Morrow's Peak is just the obvious one? I'd probably have to put, what was in C again? Oh, Morrow's Peak. I would say if I had to put one in D for spawning on, I think it would have to be Sanctuary. I think it would have to be Sanctuary. Anyway, moving on. In terms of selling, okay? Fuck. In terms of selling, Daggertooth. Galleon's Grave. I'm kidding. Daggertooth, I think we all know that's going in D. That's just... Bruh. No. No. Galleon's Grave. We're considering this as it's the nearest outpost to sell at, okay? So the nearest outpost, Galleon's Grave, you're going to go and sell some loot. Gold Hoarders is close. Where's the Order of Souls? Oh, it's next to the Gold Hoarders. Order of Souls is good. Merchant on the dock, as always, very good. Athena, very close. High A, low S. Well, what would make it not be an S? Everything's as close as it could possibly be together. This is literally the best. It has to be. It couldn't get any better than that. I don't know how it could actually get any better. Ancient Spire. Athena's very far away. Gold Hoarder's good. I like Gold Hoarder's location, because if we go to Ancient down here, Gold Hoarder, very often you can just park your ship here and just do quick runs to the tent. I like Gold Hoarder's position on this. Order of Souls isn't bad if you're parked on the dock or even down here. It's not bad. Merchant, obviously, as always, that's kind of just out of the equation in this. So I would say, I don't know, I feel like this is a B. I feel like it's a B. I don't know why. I just have that kind of feeling inside like it should be a B. Because of the Athena, that's why. Yes, crap. Because of the Athena, it has to be in B. But other than that, it's pretty good. But it would be like a mid B. Like a mid B. Moira's Peak for selling. It's your nearest outpost. Athena isn't bad. It's kind of on the same level as Golden Sands, really. It's a bit worse than Golden Sands, I'd say. I'd say this is C. Athena's not far, but it's not close. Gold Hoarder's pretty far. Order of Souls is pretty far from the Gold Hoarders. I think this is C for sure. Definitely. The back door at Moira's Peak is good. True. And if you park on this dock, it's actually pretty good for Order of Souls because you can jump up the rocks. But then it's bad for Merchant, right? There is that. Yeah, that is the back cave for Athena stuff. That's pretty good. But I think I'm keeping it in C for now, like a high C. A high C. Plunder Outpost. It's just an A. It's a high A. High A. It's a high A. Gold is... Look. Where is it? Gold 10 is literally right next to Order of Souls. Wait, that's the clothing. Gold 10 is right here. Basically next to the Order of Souls. Athena's right there. It might actually be a... It might actually be... Might be an S. I think it's on par with Galleon's Grave. I genuinely think it's on par with Galleon's Grave. It might be an S. You wouldn't say it's an S? Why? It's got everything that Galleon's does. I guess Gold Hoarders is closer to Order of Souls. In terms of layout, it's more complicated than Galleon's Grave. Galleon's Grave is flat, right? And you just walk everywhere. Plunder, there's a lot of jumping about, going through bushes. And everything is closer, yeah. Yeah, it's a high A. High A. Golden Sands, in terms of selling, it's just a low B, isn't it? Athena's far, but I guess you can just park here if you're selling Athena's. We're just going to talk about it from the dock, okay? From the dock. You're selling, you come in at the dock. Well, in that case, it might be a mid B because Gold Hoarder... Where is it? Gold Hoarder is literally right next to Order of Souls. It's right next to Order of Souls, and Merchant is right there. So the main three are super close. But then it's just Athena's far. I think that might be a high B. No. High B sounds totally wrong. Sounds totally wrong. It might just be a mid B. Mid B, Ancient Spire, low B. Then Sanctuary, where we are right now. You're here, Merchant right there, Gold Hoarder right there, Order of Souls right. I'm just thinking a high C. No, because it is pretty nice for selling because of the Athena. The Athena location is literally right there. That's a high B. High B, no doubt. Lock it in, high B. Sanctuary, can't change my mind. Golden Sands is a mid B. Ancient Spire. I feel like Ancient Spire should be higher. I really do. I really think Ancient Spire should be higher. I think it should be higher. I don't know why. I just do. But it isn't great. But it isn't terrible. I think maybe these are both mid then. High B, mid B, mid B. Lock it in, lock it in. These are the best outposts for selling. This is the tier list for selling. Confirmed. You can't disagree with me. My opinion is correct. Anyway, guys, so this is the final tier list for, you know, selling. This is the best place to sell. This is the worst place to sell. Not ironically, but coincidentally, they're both in the wilds. This was based on what where you dock, so where the dock is compared to the locations of the companies. But this has been the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you've enjoyed this tier list, let me know. If there's another tier list you'd like me to make on anything else, please let me know. Hopefully you've agreed with my opinion. If you haven't, then, you know, let me know in the comments. Tell me what you would have done differently, where you would have placed the outposts. I'd love to hear your opinions. Once again, if you haven't already, go and check out my personal channel called Cries. In the description, it'll be the top link. I upload varied content there, and you can kind of just keep up with me, what I'm up to. There isn't many videos over there just yet because I've been in a bit of a rough patch, so I've not been recording or uploading anything, but there will be varied content coming there. Yeah, if you have any video ideas, let me know. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.